Spotlight on East Orange Business is your local business and community affairs program dedicated to highlighting the work of entrepreneurs, business owners, and businesses that serve the residents in the East Orange, New Jersey community. I am Anna Banks, your host, and today's program is sponsored by Thrive Leadership Institute in collaboration with the East Orange Business Association. The show airs on Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Now, the graphics industry, or the graphic arts industry, depending on how you phrase it, is constantly seeking new, fresh talent. But where does the Black designer fit into this search? In a field where talent is the prime prerequisite, are Black designers' abilities being sought after and developed? Well, tonight we have as our guest such a Black talent. Today in the studio we'll be having a conversation with Donelda. And I'm going to mess up this middle name. So I'm going to say Donelda Robinson because I know she's been recently married, and she is the creative director of 491 Design, LLC. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about Donelda and 491. 491 was established in 2018 and is one of the many Black women-owned design firms in the country. I'd be interested in knowing how many there actually are. But however, and these design firms, which are not properly represented in the design community. Donelda assist individuals, businesses, corporations, and municipalities in finding their creative voice for their projects. 491 is here to help tighten up those design flaws and to focus on bringing awareness to the lack of Black, Indigenous people of color, which is a representation of within the design community. So welcome to Spotlight on East Orange Business, Donelda.
Thank you for having me, Anna. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I see somebody else is happy to be that you're here too. So first of all, let me get your entire first name. Please share that with us.
Okay, so my name is Donelda Iyizoba-Robinson.
Iyizoba.
But it sounds so easy.
Well, it sounds easy, but when you're trying to read it, it's like,
Yeah. I'm surprised sometimes when some people get it right. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got it. But yeah, it's Iyizoba-Robinson.
Okay. Well, I am just delighted to have you as our guest on Spotlight on East Orange Business, which also today you will be representing and giving voice to some of the people of color, the Black, Indigenous people of color that are in the design industry. You know, we hear about so many of them sometimes, but we don't hear enough of them. So tell us, what had you get started as a artist or graphic artist, web designer? Which of these things came first?
So I initially, I began my art career. I went to university for fine art So I draw faces, I do paintings and stuff like that. And I went to Record University initially, and then I felt a little bit unchallenged. So my second year, I transferred to school in California at the Academy of Art University, switched my major to fashion merchandising and illustration, graduated, came out of school. I got a job initially in the fashion industry, working for a luxury fashion brand as an assistant graphic designer. And that's kind of where I started working with like graphic design more and less with my artwork. And then it wasn't until I met my current husband and he was like, you can make money like do selling and doing the things that you're doing here. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I initially started selling my artwork and stuff like that. And then I slowly started moving into the graphic arts, assisting people with logos. That's like the first thing graphic designers do. They're like, oh, I can do a logo, but it's so much more than a logo. So now I do more branding projects, marketing projects, social media projects and things like that for those groups of people that need the help.
Okay. So 491, why that name? What's the genesis of that?
So when you're trying to come up with your own company name, and I was like 20, in my late 20s, and I was like, maybe I want to keep it simple. So it's a play on my birthday. And so my birthday's April 4th, 1991. When I was younger, I used to confuse the month and the day because it's 4491. So I just kind of put it together and put 4491, 491. And my middle name, Ifediche, means my own is different. So I was like, this is kind of different. 491, kind of based off of myself and kind of my generation, or we millennials or whatever I'm called this way. So a millennial company coming into its own. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not a millennial, but I'm still coming into my own. I think it's more of a mindset, don't you?
Yes. You're always growing, which is great.
Absolutely. Well, at least we hope so.
Yeah.
So, how would you describe the Black experience in the design field?
Oh, sometimes it's a little traumatizing. Okay, let me start at the beginning. So when I was working in fashion, I felt like, oh my God, this is what I wanted to do. I went to school for this. This is like, I think I'm gonna be in the fashion design world for the rest of my life. But I was like the only Black person in there. I was one of the youngest people there. I really didn't get that much respect. I think I was gonna get respect because I was an assistant, but it was like below the respect of other assistants, where it's like I just felt like I was just being taken advantage of. So I didn't get that much mentorship. But then I started going into my own and learning graphic design. I joined a group on Facebook of a bunch of African American graphic designers, and I got a lot of mentorship from a group on Facebook. And it was just like everybody else in there had experienced what I was experiencing in the field, and they were giving me like a lot of mentorship, a lot of tips and everything about how to succeed, how to properly go about being a graphic designer. And it really helped. I feel like there's a lot of different hubs for us, but we just have, like, it's kind of hidden. So we kind of just have to find those places and just find people in those places that will help you and make you feel comfortable and make you feel like you're worthy. And after I joined those groups, I felt like, oh my God, I can do anything. I can go back into my old job and tell them, look, this is my business. Like, you're not going to disrespect me. You're going to, listen to what I have to say, respect my opinions and such. So yeah, it's kind of like, it's a lot, but it's a little traumatizing, but that trauma kind of got me to where I am today, where I'm very proud to set my prices and tell people what I do and, do my designs and present them to people. And I'm very happy.
That is great. That is awesome. So, you've kind of hinted to the answer to my next question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Mm-hmm. And that is, what was your key driving force to becoming an entrepreneur, to starting your own business?
Well, like my current husband, his mother is basically an entrepreneur, and they both have been, they sell artwork and they've been doing shows and things like that. And he was like, you can do this. Like you can do your own thing. You don't have to listen, like be under somebody to be successful. And I was kind of scared at first because I was like, I've always wanted to work corporate America. It sounds crazy, but that was like in my head, I thought that was like my end goal until I actually started doing my own thing and I was seeing my success and I'm like, oh my God, I can actually do this. Like, so I kind of just let that go. Like I don't work for anybody. I work with people, which is so much more rewarding.
Oh, that is wonderful. So, I heard the words mentorship. I heard actually family and friends supporting you. So many times as an entrepreneur, we hear stories of where family and friends don't support our dreams because, we kind of always seem like out in left field.
Yeah, that was kind of my life because my parents are immigrants. Well, my mom's Jamaican and my father's Nigerian. My mom's a little bit more relaxed than my dad. But initially, when I wanted to go to university for art, my dad's like, "What are you doing? Art? Go be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever." I had to write him a letter to tell him I need to go to school for art. And then it wasn't until he actually saw what I was doing that he's like, "Oh my God, she's amazing!" So like my family's like, oh, can you make this for me? Or what are you doing? And so now they're really supportive. They buy my artwork that I still sell on the side. They ask me for design help all the time. And it's really nice that you have people that, help you follow your dreams.
Yeah, and that is important, isn't it? To have people that support others following their dreams, because so many times we tend to put our dreams on the shelf, and you're still very young. And so I'm glad that it's happening for you now and that you're not trying to do this at 40, 50, 60, where, I'm not saying that you have less time, but you could be, you now have 40, 50, 60 years ahead of you to do all of that and then some, including mentoring other young Black, Indigenous, and people of color, in this particular business.
Yeah.
So, so who has, and I think I heard it, but I'm just going to ask this question too, straight out. So who's been your greatest inspiration?
I feel like I have a combination of people that inspire me.
Okay.
First is my mom because she does a lot. Like she does everything, and it's just like if she can do all those things, I can do all those things. So why not? Then also my mother-in-law because it was like when my husband told me about what she's been doing, and it's just like, oh my God, she's an amazing person too. A lot of my family members, some of my friends that aren't in my field, but do amazing things. I think most of my inspiration comes from the people around me. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hearing that it does depend, good and sometimes not so good, to have yourself surrounded by people that will foster your dream. If you can't find one, I guess you can't find them. I guess you have to make them or find them someplace else, right? Okay. So if you were to write a book about Donelda, what would you name it?
I guess my own is different, based on the meaning of my middle name, because within my family, my journey has been so different. I didn't go like the usual route of becoming a doctor or a lawyer, whatever have you. And even just me being myself has inspired some of my cousins who are those things. And like, wow, like you decide to kind of change, just change the whole narrative and do what you want to do, and you're happy and you're successful. So I think I would name it My Own is Different. Yeah.
Say that again.
My Own is Different.
My Own is Different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so spotlight on East Orange business viewers. You heard it first. So we're going to be looking forward to that book, because I believe that, sometimes when we declare things, they do come true. Yeah. So My Own is Different. Coming to a bookstore near you in the very near future.
One day.
Yeah. Because I think that, sometimes when people are asked questions like that, because it's not something that you just thought up, you've been kind of thinking about a theme, the theme that's been running through your life, for a while. And so I like that. My Own is Different. Great. So, what is your favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur?
Creating my own schedule. Being on my own time. That's my favorite aspect. I mean, sometimes I kind of pile up too much for myself, but it's fine because I did it to myself. I created that time, I created that schedule, so I'm responsible for me. I like that. Yeah.
Okay. So, we kind of framed this show around Black designers.
Mm-hmm.
So can you share with us some of your favorite Black designers, regardless of their genre?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I sound like I don't have any names off the top of my head. What can I think of? One of my, I guess, someone that really inspired me and kind of pushed me into what I'm doing right now is a colleague of mine. Her name is Delaney West. She's a toy designer. She does a lot of work. Who else? Oh my God, I love. That's all I can think of right now. I wish I had more people I could think of, but for now, that's the person that like really helped me kind of get my career in like this the path that it's in right now, becoming more professional, kind of cleaning up, my structure of my business and my graphic design creativity. So, yes.
Okay. So, a great shout out to that young lady, that inspired you. So what are some of the projects that, if you can, mention, what are some of the projects that you've worked on in the past that have really added another level or dimension to your growing career?
One of the initial projects that actually helped boost my career was I created um, a digital piece, a digital art illustration for Althea Gibson. And that was presented at a gala that was held for her about 2 years ago in the South Orange Tennis Club area. And from there, I met Mark Cheatham. Hi, Mark. And he kind of put me into doing a whole bunch of projects for East Orange, which was awesome. Like, so I completed like a website for East Orange and stuff like that. Then I went on and I just finished actually completing a logo and social media marketing project for an NGO called the National Democratic Institute, which is in Washington, D.C. This project was it was based on helping like young people in Southern and Eastern Africa become like more interested in political parties. That was really fun because I got to work with people from all over like the continent, and I got to really, it was kind of like close because I am African, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. I'll have so much fun. So it was really great to work with that, and that kind of boosted me up a little bit too. And what else? some other things that I can't talk about right now, but they're coming out soon. So I'm very happy that I feel like every project I've been doing has kind of upped my game in sense of like boosting my portfolio and pushing me to be a better designer.
Okay, okay. So you started out in fashion. Are you still doing any fashion work?
No, I don't. I haven't. I just give people advice on how to get into the fashion business. I'm really close with one of my old professors, Zoe Hong, and she has her own like Facebook group and illustration YouTube page. And there are a lot of people on there that ask for advice and on how to like get into the industry and how to become a good designer. So I just kind of give people advice on how I got in and what you need as far as a fashion design portfolio. So I'm kind of like a little mentor if I guess, but that's all I do as far as fashion. But I do more of my like websites and graphic work, and then also on the side, I started a paper company during the pandemic. I don't know why. I wanted to kind of see what I could do on the like. I'm trying to build a conglomerate in my head. Like in 30 years, I want a conglomerate. So I feel like I can, sell my artwork, do websites, and then also have a paper company. This paper company, I sell notebooks, stickers, and things like that, journaling supplies, and a lot of people like it. And it's focused on like Black ideas, African fabrics, and things like that. People, things that represent us, like as the whole diaspora. And it's been featured in a Facebook. It was a Facebook gift thing that they were giving out to influencers. So I was featured on that, and then also hopefully we'll see next year. I'm a little surprised that hopefully my notebooks will be in the movie. We'll see. I just pray. So next year I'll give you an update on that.
Oh, that is so exciting. I love paper. I as much digital, as much IT, as much technology as I do on a daily basis,
Mm-hmm.
I still have to have paper in my hand.
I actually use some of the notebooks myself because I'm like, oh, I kind of have to stop myself because I'm like, these are to sell. Like, I cannot keep these for myself, but they're pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. I'm very proud of myself.
Well, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. So, Donelda, we come to a part in the show that I like to say, we have a little fun, and it's called Would You Rather?
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask you just a few questions, and don't think about it too much. Just kind of rapid fire answers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you rather have a personal maid or a personal chef?
A personal maid. I can cook. I'm tired of cleaning.
I'm with you. And would you rather have unlimited battery life on all of your devices or free Wi-Fi wherever you go?
That's hard. I guess unlimited battery life because I have unlimited data on my cellular plan, so I don't really need the Wi-Fi.
Okay, okay. So would you rather have $1 million now or $5,000 a week for the rest of your life?
$5,000 a week for the rest of my life. I could invest that pretty nicely. It could grow.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so would you rather solve the problem of world hunger or global warming?
Oh gosh. I guess global warming because without global warming, then you can grow food and we'll be able to feed people. So, but if you have global warming, how are we going to feed the people?
Okay, okay. So, would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
Universal respect. Yeah, I could go crazy with power. I don't need that.
Okay. And so, would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button for your life?
Maybe a pause button. I'm okay with the things that have happened. You know, it teaches you, it makes you a better person. So I need a pause button sometimes. The days are just going by too fast. So I think, yeah.
All right. And so the last one is, would you rather win the lottery but have to spend it all in one day, or triple your current salary forever?
Triple my current salary forever.
You paused too long on that one. I was getting ready to say, really?
Yeah, I was like, let me think. I have to.
Oh, that is wonderful. Donelda, it has really been a joy just having you. Is there anything that I haven't asked, or that you would, or I should say that you would really love to be able to share with our audience, with millennials, or with our audience in general?
No, I feel like there are a lot of people out there that they can't start a business because someone else is doing it. But everybody, there's so many different types of socks, there's so many different types of milk, and people are still producing those things. So you should definitely go and start your business now, and don't look back, and great things will happen to you.
That is absolutely wonderful. So before we go, could you tell our listeners and those that are watching our show how they can get in contact you? What is your website?
My website is www.491designco.com.
Okay. In fact, I just put it across the screen. www.491designco.com. And that's how you could get in touch with Donelda. And what about an email? Do you have one that you can also share with us, Donelda?
Yes, it is info@491designco.com.
Okay. And so that also is going across the screen right now. Donelda, it has been just a pleasure, speaking with you today as a Black designer, and being a wonderful millennial example of a Black designer. And I really hope that those who are watching the show heed the words that you shared just a few moments ago. And that is, there are a lot of people that are doing the same thing, but there's still room for your idea to be birthed and to have a place. That's the way that I'm interpreting it.
Yes, definitely.
All righty. So I just want to thank you again for joining us. We've been here tonight with Donelda
Iyizoba-Robinson.
Donelda Iyizoba-Robinson of 491designco.com. All right. So thanks again for all of our listening audience for joining us on another edition of Spotlight on East Orange Business. Spotlight on East Orange Business is a weekly business and community affairs program. I am Anna Banks, your host. This program is sponsored by Thrive Leadership Institute in collaboration with the East Orange Business Association, and will air on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and now also on LinkedIn. Now, if your business would like to be a guest on Spotlight on East Orange Business, please send an email to me, and that is Anna Banks, and you want to send it to hello@thriveleadershipinstitute.com. That's hello@thriveleadershipinstitute.com. And so until the next time, take care and good night.